Welcome back, everybody. It's Coach Ross. Now we are bringing in episode 10, Back to the Basics series. In this series, in this episode, we're going to be talking about the stick wheel concept. So stay tuned after the intro. All right, so welcome back. Like I said, this is now episode 10 in the Back to the Basics series. We are going to be talking about stick wheel, this concept. As you can see, we got the checklist here showing you the things that we've been marking off here. We've been just marching through them, which is good. Again, like I said, I've committed to trying to get this done, going through all the checklist points here before hopefully summer football starts up. Now I'm in my spring break now, so I'm gonna have a little bit more time to get some content done for y'all so that I can get it out to you. Shoot down in the comments too if there's any videos in here or any topics I should say that you don't see in here that you want me to cover. Again, when I'm covering this, I am by no means an expert. This is just an offense that I fell in love with and started researching and started studying and started utilizing and started using and have been successful with it. So I'm, naturally putting my own twist on things. And I'm basically going through this series showing you what I would do, how I would teach it, what I'm looking for. And then from there, whether you want to use my advice or, make it your own, by all means. I'm just here as another source to help generate ideas and to help coaches get successful. So I hope I'm doing that. I hope I'm helping you. But by no means is my philosophies or my strategies or whatever you want to call it are a science. So, but anyways, again, like I said, it's here for you to help. If you do like this information, this series, this channel, please subscribe. It helps the channel grow again. And also hit that like button if you like this video or any other videos. All the other videos are linked for this series are linked in the description below. So feel free to check those out, especially if you've missed one. Again, this is episode 10. So we had 9 previous episodes before then, which one episode I had to break it into 2 parts, which I have a feeling in the upcoming videos I got coming, some of those are going to be broken off into parts too as well, because there's just a lot of content, a lot of discussion. I don't want to be sitting here for an hour just discussing things for one video. And I'm sure no one really wants to see an hour-long video, have time to sit for an hour-long video. So I'm trying to keep these as short as possible, but I do have a lot to say and a lot of content to cover. So again, as you can see, we are going to be covering stick wheel. All the little asterisks here are topics that we've already covered. So we are plugging away here slowly but surely, trying to get out at least a video a week if as much as possible. So we're going to get right into stick wheel right now. So we're at this screen here right now. Again, I use this stick wheel as a quick game concept. Teach it very similar to the corner concept and taught virtually the same way. Reads, progressions, things like that. Just obviously the routes are just a shade different. So number one option is to hit the wheel route, trying to hit that wheel route for a larger gain. Second option is that stick route coming from the outside. And lastly, hit the flats, or either the running back or the wide receiver in a 3-by-1 set. So those are your options. You got wheel, stick, and then you got your flat route or your swing route. So the reads are basically the same as the corner / snag concept. QB is going to locate the safeties. That's a pre-snap. You know how many in depth and width. You know where are they? How far back are they? How wide are they lined up? Two high versus one high. Basically, in my opinion, doesn't matter unless the 2 high safeties on the concept on that one safety on that concept side is lined up very wide, perhaps outside the hash marks. Then that wheel route might come into question a little bit, depending on what that corner does. Okay, so that's the only thing outside of that. If those two safeties are really sitting back at the hash marks, not really concerned of them being able to make a play on either one of the routes, unless they really, really fire down pre-snap or just really shoot down to try and take away one of the slot receiver. That's the only way, but it's highly unlikely. So they really typically don't bother me as far as where they're lined up, whether it's too high, whether it's only a single high safety. The only thing that gives me pause is if those safeties are really, really wide. So let's see where did I leave off here. Two safety concepts still lined up very wide outside the hash marks. Even still, if the quarterback sits on the flats or chases the stick route, the quarterback throws the wheel route right behind him in the safety. Even if he's very wide, will have a tough time making a play ball. Yeah, so if that corner, again, we're reading the corner first. If that corner shoots down, then the quarterback just sees that and then just lofts the ball right over top of his head and really doesn't put that much air in it. And he's dropping that ball within 10, 15 yards. That should drop right in front of the safety and give the receiver enough time to make a play and have enough space to make a move to avoid that safety coming down to try and make a play on that ball. Backside. So backside typically could do double slants on 2x2 or single slant out of 3x1. However, each side, in my opinion, can mirror each other with a simple tag to tell the running back to swing either way, no matter his pre-snap alignment. So basically, what that means is that you could mirror this on both sides. You could run stick wheel on both sides, and no matter where the running back is lined up, you can tag and make a signal to him or a call to him to say, "Hey, we like our matchup better over here, so let's run stick wheel over here." Or we like it better on the right side, let's run it over to the right side. And you can just based on what the quarterback sees, or it could be a check with me kind of call. Excuse me. You can do that as well. So there's multiple ways you can go about this. Typically, I like to just run it to that one side. Every once in a while, you could, I guess, do a check with me where you kind of see what the alignment of the defense is giving you. If they're, depending on if you are, on the right hash, left hash, or even middle of the field. It's all how your preference on what you want to do. But again, I also like those double slants because I like that man beater. So you're free to whatever you feel. Here's just some examples. Let's see if I get it here. Here's some just examples of stick wheel right here. So you got your basic 2x2 set right there. Again, nothing really changes too much, whether it's 2x2 out of a different, like a condensed formation, still be basically the same thing. It'd be harder to run that stick concept with a condensed formation, excuse me. It would be more like a hitch route. And you can see on the right there, that is the basic 3x1. That's the early set there. I think I had one more here. Yeah, this is just showing you another 3x1 idea here where it would be a bunch set. I have a bunch set, which this works nice out of bunch sets too. You have a little bit of the crossing receivers, creates that confusion. So just a couple little options there. Some diagrams of how I run it. All right, so here quickly to show you what we're looking at here again. Same idea as the corner concept here. Reading this cornerback first. If this corner bails back, then we come off that stick we come off that wheel route, because there's no way that this player right here, this receiver, can beat that defender deep if he bails on that. And then we just come to this overhang defender right here if it's safety, or it might be that the safety's at the hash and we have this linebacker out here like that. Then again, we still watch this player right here. Okay, if he happens to run that way, then we have basically our pick our poison. We have the stick route or we have the swing route here again. But it basically just turns into a stick game here too. So if he chases on this, throw the stick right there behind it. If he kind of chases the running back out of the backfield, we throw the stick there. If he sits, we throw the swing there. So it just, again, just like in the corner concept, we are reading corner to linebacker. So if that corner does anything right in here, the only thing we don't throw the wheel route on is if he bails out into a cover 3. If he bails out now, if he's lined up here pre-snap, it's kind of an indication you probably want to look elsewhere on the wheel route. He's down here and he's got his hips turned inside and he's kind of looking at the quarterback. Well, then obviously that might be an indication he's going to drop back into a deeper zone as well. So quarterback peaks here. Okay. If he goes off this way, we come off that, we're looking right here. Okay. If that linebacker is sitting here in the box, more than likely he's going to be responsible for the running back there. We have a safety look like this. Okay, that's a pretty easy read. If that cornerback sits here and goes like that and drops back into deep third, we hit this right now. We hit this. We don't even let him sit. We just throw that slant right away, especially if we see this linebacker shoot down after the flat and chase the running back. Okay, so that is the basic read. We do have, again, always our double slants here, but again, like I said in the previous section of the video, you can mirror this. You can run a stick wheel on this side as well. Okay? And you can basically, even if the running back is aligned to the right side, you want to say, hey, we know what we want to run a stick wheel to the left because we like that matchup. Make a call, make a signal, use wristband, however you do it to signal out to the running back, say, hey, nope, you're swinging left. Okay, whether that's a Leo Reggie call where it's Leo to the left, Reggie, whatever it might be, however you would signify left or right, easy signal to the running back. Here you can go left or right on this based on the alignment of the defense, how they line up. So there's multiple things you can do with this. It's a very, very good quick concept to get beginning. Again, with this wheel route, we're not looking to hit this wheel route here. We're looking to hit it right here, get the ball in the hands of that receiver right in this area right here, less than 10 yards. If he's catching it about 10 yards, that's great. Okay, this is where we want to drop the ball in, because if that corner shoots here after this, we just drop that ball in right here and let the receiver go make a play. Okay, so we think wheel route, we think verticals, we think, oh man, 40-yard passes. No, it's not like that at all. We want to basically get this within 10 yards right here and let the receiver do the yards after catch. Right, that's where we want. We want the yards after catch. We don't want the reception to be a 40-yard catch. No, we would be much more happier with a 10-yard catch and a 40-yard run after the catch. Then here is just your look right here of early stick wheel. Again, read corner first. If he does anything but bail, okay, if he bails out, we come off that. We watch this inside defender. Now, if it's switched and this defender, the safety's here, linebacker's here, we watch this defender here. But if he's over here, he's the closest defender. Again, we watch that. If he shoots out after the flat, we hit the stick in behind it. If he stays right there, we just hit the flat, especially if that corner bails. So same read as the corner concept, just a different route. And basically, essentially, it is the same area almost of the field that we're trying to hit with the corner concept, but we're just not angling out towards. The only difference is not angling out towards the sideline, just trying to go straight up the sideline. But again, even in this formation, if we can drop this ball right here within 10 yards, 10 to 12 yards, that's ideally where we want to put the ball. Okay. Always out of 3-by-1, I always like to swing my running back out away from the trips here. Again, a lot of times what we see for our offense, or what we saw, is they would bring that weak side linebacker in as that fifth rusher. So, which would make this linebacker right here responsible for the running back, which if he just comes reckless abandon on a rush to the outside, we can easily outflank him right here, and that quarterback can see that, and we can just throw it out there, and we can tag that real quick, especially if we see something. And then if he leaves as well, it opens up that slant, because we are in good faith that we have a receiver out here that can get inside that corner on a slant one-on-one. And by having the 3-by-1 over there, obviously it creates a lot more space on the backside. So again, stick wheel gives you a lot of options, but the backside is never out of it on any concept, especially quick game concepts where we were running the concept to one side and we always had that slant on the other side. And so slant is never out of it. Again, tell your receivers, run every route in practice in the games as if you are catching that ball. And if you were going to be getting every single pass, every single reception, every single touchdown, you need to run your route that way. Otherwise, you run your route lazy, you're not going to get the ball. All right, so I put some movement in here for the for scenario 1 here as far as the 2-by-2 stick wheel here. So this is the movement we're going to see. We're going to see this corner drop back a little bit and then chase the stick. So that gives the quarterback the indication, okay, that wheel route is open. Safety is going to drop back and it steps back, because safeties are taught initially your first 2 steps are backwards, and then realize what the play is and then make a move on the play, especially if this is a man defense. Now, this is a cover 2, he's just going to drop straight back. So there's multiple things you can do on this. Running back's going to swing out here. Linebacker's going to get into his drop, then realize that he's got to chase the running back, and he's going to go out into the flats. Same thing here. These guys are just going to drop back, You got your slants here. We're not really going to focus in on the left side here on this. We are going to focus in on this right side of the formation. We'll run it through one time. Wants to play. There it goes. We'll go through one more time here. Kind of stuttered on me there a little bit. Right now, once the quarterback sees that, he's dropping the ball right here. Right here is where he's dropping that ball. So quarterback, that ball should already be on the way. Because as you can see, this safety going to come back first and then chase in after the receiver. So that creates that little bit of hesitation. That, and then this is the space we want to take advantage of. Just put that ball right over top right here, and put that ball right in that area right there with enough time for that receiver to make the play. So again, that's within, because that ball's on the 50-yard line. That's within 10 yards. And then the receiver has enough time to make a move, make a football play, either up the sidelines or cut back into the inside. He's one-on-one with the safety right here. And he's off the race, hopefully. Once again, 10-yard catch, 40-yard run after catch. That's what we want. Here's another example of what could potentially happen out of a 2x2 set here. The corner bails, as you can see. So now quarterback is immediately looking here and here. Okay. If he sees that, he's immediately throwing the slant right away. Immediately throwing that slant right away and hitting that player with the move. Now again, I know you see it. It probably looks like, well, he's got two players coming at him. Yeah, and again, this what I'm trying to do here is just trying to simulate what that movement might look like. It might look a lot different, or he might just gun out into here. I'm going to put it into a cover 2 section here just in a second. But if that's potentially if it was man defense, and even if you saw that, and you saw a man defense on that, we could throw it out here to the running back. There's a lot of space here. He just turns his shoulders, throws the ball out here, and lets the running back make a play. You know, he's got a lot of space right here. But we can do a couple things with this. You know, he sees that corner, just turn his back and get upfield as far as working that deep third of the field. We hit that slant right away, and we're gone right here in this space right here. And you know, maybe it's a missed tackle, maybe it's a 5-6 yard gain. Hey, we'll take it. It's a positive play. Your third scenario here, I just put in just your average run-of-the-mill basic cover 2 look here, where he's going to cover this area, he's going to cover middle, he's going to cover this third here, he's going to sit in the flats here, deep half, sit in the flats as well. Okay, it's just this face that opens up. So since that happened, he sits here. We can drop the ball here. On top of that, if we wanted to, we hit the slant here. But typically we see that corner kind of bail down and take away the flat area. We have the wheel route right here. But he also has a receiver running free as well, and this open space as well. So quarterback does have the options. And more than likely, if that safety sits there deep back like that, this linebacker is going to be coming over and probably head up or just slightly inside of that slot receiver. So it does take it. You wouldn't see maybe necessarily that window open as much. I kind of just kept the linebacker in the box. Sometimes you might see this linebacker just edged out right here in that regard, depending on what it does. But if you see this corner shoot down here, you know that you got the stick, or excuse me, the wheel route right here. So those are just a few scenarios. I'm not going to show the 3x1 scenario. You can just, you know, imagine it on your own how it would be. So again, coaches, or anybody else who is watching this, again, if you like this content, you know, give it a like, give this video a like. Even if you like the other content, go ahead and give it a like as well. And also, if you want to see more, make sure you subscribe. Please subscribe. It helps the channel out. It helps the channel grow. And also, I believe hit that notification bell. I mean, that tells you every time that I drop a video. And again, I'm trying to drop one once a week here if I can. The channel's growing here, which is great. And I appreciate the feedback from you coaches. Again, put in the comments what videos you want me to to post, even if you go back to that checklist that I talked about at the beginning of the video. If there's something on there or if there's not something on there, I should say, that you want me to talk about and cover, please let me know. I would love to talk about it. Even if I don't have the most experience with it, I'm still talking about it, give my viewpoints on how I would approach it. Because even some of these concepts that I talk about in this back to the basics video, I didn't really run that much, but I mean, I ran a little bit. I mean, some I have more experience than others, obviously, but that's the whole idea of sharing these thoughts, is to get ideas from you, also expand my ideas to you as well. So again, give me the feedback, leave them in the comments, let me know what you think. Until then, y'all, have a great Easter, and I will see you in the next video.